Thank you, sir. Sir, I rise today to support this historic bill because I truly believe that this bill is yet another step towards making India a more democratic country, a more inclusive country. The framers of the Constitution gave equal rights to all individuals, irrespective of caste, class, gender, race. आप किसी भी धर्म के हैं, किसी भी जाति के हैं, किसी भी राज्य में हैं, भारत का संविधान आपको सम्मान नजर से देखता है। इस देश का कानून आपके साथ भेदभाव नहीं करता। And keeping this in mind, when the highest court of India, the Honorable Supreme Court, on 15 April 2014, declared that transgender persons be made the third gender, being apart from binary identities of gender, it was a defining moment for the LGBTQ community. It is in this background that the Transgender Persons Bill gains importance, because this bill establishes a law for lakhs of transgender persons who have been deprived of their rights, their fundamental and most basic rights, their dignity. This bill seeks to eliminate all kinds of discrimination, all forms of harassment and victimization. To borrow from the judgment penned by Honorable Retired Justice K.S. Radhakrishnan, the moral failure lies in society's unwillingness to contain or embrace different gender identities and expressions. कौन सा लिटरेचर, कौन सा संविधान कहता है कि औरतों का काम सिर्फ घर में खाना बनाना होता है, कि पैसा कमाना तो केवल पुरुष का ही काम है? स्पीकर महोदय, जेंडर का काम प्रिस्क्राइब करना नहीं है कि अगर लड़की हुई तो डॉक्टर और लड़का हुआ तो इंजीनियर, कि बेटे को फुटबॉल दिलानी है और बेटी को डॉल, लड़का हुआ तो ब्लू और लड़की हुई तो पिंक। नहीं, जेंडर प्रिस्क्राइब नहीं, हमें डिस्क्राइब करता है कि कहीं हमारी भावनाएं, हमारे इमोशंस इन स्टीरियोटाइप्स के, इन रूल्स के मोहताज ना रह जाएं। बहुत शोर मचा है। And I'm proud to say that this bill moves away from the predefined notions of gender, that this bill gives due importance to an individual. Sector 4(2) states that a person shall have a right to self-perceived gender identity. Self-perceived, कि ये सरकार या कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आपकी जेंडर आइडेंटिटी का फैसला नहीं लेगी, आप खुद करेंगे। अगर आप नॉर्म से अलग भी हैं तो आपको उतना ही अधिकार है जितना किसी और को। To bring the marginalized communities to the center is a core objective of this bill. Second, this bill seeks to prohibit any discrimination against a transgender person. Speaker sir, I have advocated the rights of the LGBT community for decades. I have interacted with thousands of people, with NGOs, with rights groups who have narrated their experiences of victimization, of discrimination. कि नहीं, तुम्हें घर किराए पर नहीं मिल सकता, हम कहीं और, आप कहीं और नौकरी ढूंढ लो, अपने बच्चे को किसी और स्कूल में पढ़ा लो। It is shameful for us that people from the transgender community face these incidents of discrimination every step of their life, that they are marginalized in an everyday struggle. It is shameful that access to basic facilities, basic services is not given. This is the moral failure I referred to earlier, and I'm glad that this bill addresses this issue adequately and prohibits any discrimination against transgender persons, whether it is regarding employment or education or right to property. Another salient feature of this bill is the formulation of welfare schemes and policies, especially in medical procedures, by the government to facilitate and support livelihood of transgender persons. स्पीकर महोदय, इस सरकार की हमेशा से ही कोशिश रही है कि एक्सेस टू हेल्थ केयर को बढ़ाया जाए। इस कोशिश में नरेंद्र मोदी जी माननीय प्रधानमंत्री ने आयुष्मान भारत को शुरू किया, जिससे इस देश से 10 करोड़ से भी अधिक परिवारों को सालाना 5 लाख का हेल्थ कवरेज मिला है। और मैं धन्यवाद करती हूँ माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का और विशेषकर हमारे माननीय थावरचंद गहलोत जी का, जिन्होंने इस बिल में मेडिकल सर्विसेज को, हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस को महत्व दिया है, जिससे कि राज्य सरकार और केंद्र सरकार ट्रांसजेंडर कम्युनिटी के लोगों को हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस देने के लिए स्कीम चलाएंगे। Honorable Speaker, through you I would also like some clarification in certain technicalities in this bill from the Honorable Minister. First, in Section 11, the bill seeks to establish a grievance redressal mechanism for violation of provisions in this Act. इसी के लिए कंप्लेंट ऑफिसर का होना हर एस्टैब्लिशमेंट में जरूरी है और सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट ऑफ वुमेन एट वर्कप्लेस एक्ट 2013 में भी ऐसा ही प्रावधान है। मगर अगर एक और क्लॉज है कि जहां 10 से कम एम्प्लॉइज हैं, उन कंप्लेंट्स को एड्रेस करने के लिए एक लोकल कंप्लेंट्स कमेटी का गठन किया जाए। तो मेरा माननीय मंत्री जी से सवाल है कि इस बिल में जहां पर ऐसा कंप्लेंट ऑफिसर नहीं नियुक्त हुआ हो सकता, ऐसी सिचुएशन में क्या कदम उठाए जा सकते हैं? My second point is regarding a technical issue, that is the health manual related to sex reassignment of transgender persons. This health manual will be made in line with guidelines of the World Professional Association for Transgender Health. But the bill, in its current language, says that the appropriate government will prepare the health manual. Now, this includes both state and union governments. That states and the center will prepare their own health manuals. In my opinion, the manual relating to sex reassignment surgery is purely technical in nature. Therefore, would it not be better if the center prepares the manual and circulates it within the state? Along with this, I would also urge the government to form a law prohibiting discrimination against the LGBT community, including gay people. The Supreme Court's decision to decriminalize homosexuality was a huge victory for the community, and a legislation in this direction will be further the fundamental principles of our Constitution. So that every individual, irrespective of their caste, religion, gender, or sexual preference, are given equal rights, equal access to opportunities, and are free from any discrimination. With these inputs, I would like to conclude my speech by saying it is long due that the Parliament of India gives its residents the right to a self-perceived identity, that our transgender brothers and sisters are not deprived of their basic rights, that they are not victimized and marginalized. And as parliamentarians, it is a moment of pride for all of us who are contributors in this significant piece of legislation. I would once again thank our Honorable PM, Shri Narendra Modi ji and Shri Thawar Chand Gehlot ji for their sensitivity, bravery and commitment to Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas and Sabka Vishwas by including every Indian, regardless of gender, in their quest for justice to all. Also, I would like to say it is this government and this government only which has stood by the marginalized, whether it was the Muslim women, whether it was the SCs and now the transgenders, who have been always respected in Indian society, but due to British Victorian age rules and laws, they were discriminated against. My thank you very much, Speaker sir. I support this bill wholeheartedly.